Hello, this is Tim. Hey, so I'm going to do a video uh, about my experience getting hired at Walmart. The first one I did was a couple of weeks ago, so this is kind of like a catch up. So this is video 2, and I was going to do a series, and it's just about my experiences getting hired as a Walmart driver. So it's Tuesday, and last week the last video I did, it was my first day of orientation. So I did that week of orientation, which is 4 days, Monday through Thursday. And you're still getting paid by the hour while you do that. And I'm not going to talk about the hourly amount, but it's decent. So spent the week doing paperwork, learning a lot of stuff about Walmart, doing a lot of tests online. What I mean by tests is just like watching videos and then getting kind of tested on your knowledge, hazmat, safety, Walmart, just different things related to being an employee. So we did all that, did computer stuff, and just got a lot of instructional stuff during the week. So nothing to do with the truck, as far as driving or anything like that during that week of orientation. So that was the week before last. So last week came in and started going with your mentor. Started on Monday, and the first week, at least the way it's set up with where I'm at the DC I'm at, you rode with your mentor and you just observed everything. You just went with them, and it was a full day. Our work week started on Tuesday, so we went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 5 days. And then our day off was Sunday and Monday. So that's just the mentor week. So you go on his schedule. So every day just rode and went to each store, and you learn how to work the computer, learn how to make your entries, learn about activities. You get paid for everything you do. So you're learning how to use the log portion of the tablet, the directions. It has all the directions to all the stores and DCs in there, and it exactly shows you where to go in. So that's pretty nice. And the maps are pretty accurate. So you do that, and you learn the stores, and you learn how to enter the data about your trip and all that stuff into the tablet. And while you're riding, you just log in and you're just on duty all day, and you're riding and you're observing. So everything the mentor does, you do. So when he gets out, you get out. You do your 360 when you're back in at stores or at the DC or hooking up trailers, and you just kind of go along with them and do the same motions that they're doing. You just observe everything and get your routine down. Well, at least it's his routine. So you do that, and you do that all week. And there's a lot to learn, because you're what I'm doing is grocery, which is, you got frozen, you got fresh, and then you got dairy. But you can do dry grocery too, which in my case, we did that. We went to another DC and we did it for a couple of days. We got, just dry trailers with dry grocery. We didn't have refrigerated. So when you go to the stores, you got a general merchandise side, and you got a refrigerated grocery side. So you go to those, and then you just observe, and there's a lot to learn. So you got to kind of pay attention, and you don't do. At least in my case, I didn't do any driving the first week. I just observed. And then at night, when you get off, the way it worked with me is my mentor just dropped me off at the motel. You do not stay in the truck. You both don't sleep in the truck. Even if you were to get stuck out and not make it back to your DC, we made it home every night. But if you didn't make it back to your DC, your mentor would find a motel and you get a motel. So you have a corporate credit card. And in my case, I got mine assigned to me day one, so of going out. So I just stayed in a motel every night. He dropped me off and then he went home. I didn't go home because by the time I went home and by the time I came back every day, which I live 35 miles away, 40 miles away, depending on which way I go, it wasn't worth it to me. I wouldn't get much rest. So I didn't go home. I stayed in a motel. And of course, Walmart pays for that. So this is week 3 when going with your mentor. So anyway, and by then you've already got your first paycheck, which was your onboarding week, and depending on how the pay period started for you. But I had like 2 full weeks, so we got onboarding pay and then the first week of orientation. Time goes in at Friday night at midnight. So got paid for that first week. And then, last week when we were in orientation, before I did this, going with my mentor, you ordered your uniforms and all that. So you can see right now, my 3rd week, I still have street clothes. I don't have uniforms yet. And once you get your uniforms, you're expected to wear them, whatever. So anyways, there's just a lot of stuff to learn. And it's not hard, it's common sense, but there's a lot of information to retain. There's different scenarios at different stores. There's different temperatures, but if you've ever pulled a reefer, you already know about that. If you haven't, you'll learn. The temperatures are set when they load them, but it's your responsibility to check the temperatures and make sure they're maintained. And the trailers are diesel and electrics. So when you're at the DC and you drop your trailer or you pick your trailer up, and it has frozen or it has product in it, you plug it in, and it runs off of electric versus sitting there just running diesel all the time. So this week, today, starts this is my 4th week with Walmart. This is my last week in training. So this week, starting today, I'm early today. So that's why I'm doing this video right now. I'm at the DC right now. So starting this week, I do all the driving. I do all the activities, keep up with what I'm doing. You kind of want to write that down. They give you some sheets when you're in orientation that you can keep track of your activities. So activities is like when you hook a trailer, you get to your first store, your location, you get arrive pay, and then when you leave, if you do dropping hooks, you get paid for everything. So you got a sheet, so you got to kind of keep up with it because nobody's really going to watch that for you. And then at the end of the day, when you get done, you go inside and you go in the driver's area, and they got computers in there, and you check your activities along with your mileage, and you keep up with your mileage too. So you want to kind of track your pay because they ain't going to do it for you. So if you care about your money, you best just be keeping up with it. That's what everybody has to do. So anyways, you go in there on the computer at night and you make sure your hours match up with what your login stuff says and what the tablet tracked you doing all day. So like I said, today's day 1 for me. I do all the driving, go to the stores, do the tablet, hook up the trailers, everything. Go get my paperwork, go through the guard gates. You do all that, and then your mentor just rides and observes. He's not there to watch you or grade you on your driving. You already did all that. But you need to do all the stuff you're expected to do. Walmart's big on safety, so if you're not used to a lot of that, there is a lot of rules. There's, about texting. There's no texting during the workday. If you're on break, you could, but I'm not even going to do that. It's just because if you have an accident or something, they're going to look at your phone record. So keep that in mind. If you're used to talking on your phone all day, you can talk on the phone, but it needs to be, you need to have a headset, whatever. Me, I got one that's voice activated. I don't even have to touch the button on the headset. That's a Blue Parrot 450 is what I got. But anyway, I'm not going to be talking on the phone a lot during the day. There's a lot of stuff to do. And you're not supposed to even be on the phone like when you're back in construction, things like that, or hooking a trailer on the yard. So when you're on the yard, there's speed limits. You need to have your four ways on. You need to get out and do your 360, just like you did in onboarding. So you know, you need to check, you need to do your inspection on your tractor trailer and do everything you're supposed to do. When you get to stores and you do the same thing, you know, you blow your horn before you back up, you get out, you look, you do your 360. When you hook a trailer, you make sure, you know, you put your dollies down right, and you did all your pre-trip stuff and do your tug and all that. So anyways, you just want to make sure you do all that, because when you're at the DC, there's other drivers around. So you don't want to skip any of the stuff that they expect you to do, because somebody's going to see you. And there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras at the DCs. There's cameras at the stores. Even when you're on your own, there's going to be cameras. So you don't want to be taking shortcuts and just jump out of your truck. You got to do the 3 points of contact, you know, get out of your truck backwards. And you just got to get in the habit of all that and doing a routine. So this week, you know, I'll be getting my routine down and having my guy with me, just kind of checking on. If I get stuck, then he's there to help me and tell me, you know, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that, so do this or do that. So that's all that's about. So that's all week this week I'll be doing that. Then after that, after this week's complete, sometime I'll get my my own schedule of what time my start time is. And then the following week, if you're checked out, everything is complete in your employee file, like your background, your last job references, all that. Mine's all done, but if you lack any of that, then what they do after you do this week, they turn you loose and you're on your own. So you'll get a start time. You'll come in and you'll go out and you'll do your own thing. But if you have problems and you have questions, or you run into a scenario that didn't happen during the 2 weeks of mentorship, and it doesn't matter how much experience you got. I got 43 years experience. You got to go through all this. Walmart's different. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to know. And it's not about truck driving, except for the safety part of it, but it's about the stores and how Walmart operates and what they expect from you, and just all the different stuff that you got to do. So you got to kind of, if you got bad habits, you got to kind of leave those behind. It's, you know, if you're used to honking the horn at people when they cut you off or shooting the finger, you ain't gonna be doing that, man. They don't do that here. So you got to get out of those bad habits. So you want to keep that in mind, because even though you're hired, you're still on 90 days probation. So if you go doing some of your bad habits, and, you know, when you're driving, it's all about safety. So, you know, you don't want to be rubbing curbs. You don't want to be tailgating. You don't, use your turn signals and all that. It's just common sense stuff. It's stuff I already did anyway. I drove like that anyway. I didn't do any of that stuff. So you just got to remember that, because you're still on probation for 90 days. So you're not officially in until you do your job for 90 days. And you know, they don't rush you, they don't pressure you. You know, you need to get a workflow going. You need to get a routine down, but you can take your time and do what you need to do, and don't worry about the money. Just concentrate on your job. That's been my experience. That's what I've learned so far. So when you're used to, you know, hustling all the time so you can get that load there, do that. It's not like that here, but you do have what's called EDTs. And that's estimated departure time. It's not estimated delivery time. It's estimated departure time. It's so when you get done with the load that you got, they got to know so that they can put you on something else. And then if you're tired, you're not going to work, or the rest of the day or something, you know, then you push your time out. But you'll learn all that, so I'm not going to get into great detail about that. But there's like a lot of stuff like that you got to learn. So anyway, so far it's been real good. Everybody's always real nice. When you go to stores and stuff, you got to be cordial and polite to everybody. There's you can't be having no anger issues here and getting mad at people and and telling people off. Those, like you're at a dock and everything you do here, you're getting paid for. So there's no reason for you to get, upset or pissed anyway, because you're getting paid. So you just got to kind of chill and take it easy and take your time so you don't make mistakes, because you don't want to be hitting anything and you don't want to forget stuff that's important, especially on the safety side of things here. So anyways, like I said, this is let's see, you have onboarding, orientation, that's 2 weeks. Last week was my first week in driving, that's 3 weeks. This is my 4th week. So after I finish this 4th week, that's just a hiring process. Then you start, next week I'll be out on my own when I get my schedule. I'll do an update then on how that was after I do a couple of days probably. So anyway, that's been my experience so far. It's all been good. My mentor has been real good. He's a great guy. No issues. We get along great. So that helps, of course. So anyway, I'll update you guys when I get this last week done, and then I get out on my own and I get a couple, 3 days in. I'll fill you in on how that was, if I forgot stuff, or, how hard it was to get going. So I don't really expect any problems, but anyway, so you guys take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and like button. It'd help me out. Appreciate it. You guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.